Well, you're in that position now where the attention's on you. And speaking of being yourself all the way through, you got the Korean Zombie, a guy that just fights, kind of
Yeah.
very similar to you, just fights, wins fights, builds himself up through that avenue. But then all of a sudden he's starting to talk trash. Does it seem manufactured to you?
Uh, it's again, I get it all, and it's they've made it obvious now that he had management that started doing that, and he's made it public that that's not who he is, and he's just. To be honest, I wouldn't say this, but even when we were having the back and forth banter and that a bit of a laugh, at the end of the day, we seen each other, we were respectful, and just said it is what it is. Let's just do what we got to do. But so again, I wouldn't say that, but the fact is that he's made it public that he's not doing that no more. He's always been a respectful guy, and everyone's loved him for that. Again, his fans are loyal fans, and they love who he is—a respectful guy that goes out and knocking people out. Good on him. At the end of the day, it's what people want to see, and the people that do follow him would like him. Same as myself. The people that follow me, like me, appreciate me. So it's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. At the end of the day, people are going to throw all your numbers and all this sort of stuff, and I get that. So I need to do more on my part. But at the same time, I'm the UFC featherweight champ, and all these people are going to come. They're chasing me, and people got to recognize that. And I've got to do what I've got to do to prove myself as the best featherweight in the world. And that's what we're going to do. So once we're back in it, once the dust settles and we're back in the cage doing our thing, people are going to remember why I'm the champ, why I'm the best fighter in the world at the moment.
UFC 248, you're there to support Izzy. You're sitting cage side. Brian Ortega, another guy in the division, at the top of the division. He goes over there, slaps one of the members of Korean Zombie's team. From your vantage point, did you see anything? Did you know anything was happening?
They were directly behind me. So even Korean Zombie, even yeah, he was like right behind me, and I actually went out to backstage with Izzy, and I was there. Excuse me, I was there with him. Like you usually go back there before the boys fight, and just just do our team huddles and whatnot, just be there for support. So while that was happening, that's when Joanna and Zhang Wali were fighting. So I didn't get to watch that live, which I was spewing because obviously that was a cracker of a fight. But I did get to watch it on screen. But I got to support my boy. But then I come back and my coach Joe Lopez ends up telling me like what happened. And then this other guy said he goes there. They actually thought it was a punch. They thought Brian Ortega just went and punched him, but supposedly it was a slap. But I sort of knew that could have happened because of obviously with the Jay Park thing, and then even Brian Ortega said he was going to do that. He goes, if I see you, I'll slap you if you want to talk shit. So again, it's weird. It's all right. At one stage, like, oh, he said he was going to do it, and then another one's like, all right, this guy's not a fighter, whatever. But I mean, was it for promotional type of things? You never know. But at the same time, it was sort of that's sort of what made Korean Zombie sort of be like, all right, look, that's not me. I'm doing this stuff, and then it's just biting me in the ass. I don't need it in my life, whatever. So it's a tricky one. But at the end of the day, Brian Ortega said he was going to do it, and he went and done it. I missed it, but obviously got told about it and then seen a bit of the footage in that.
So do you think Brian Ortega versus the Korean Zombie makes sense now?
Oh, 100%. I think it made sense before that as well. Again, I keep saying this, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Again, I wanted there to be, I want there to be a number one contender. I want there to be someone who is definitely next in line. I want that, and I don't care who it is. People can say he's ducking this guy, ducking that guy. Mate, whoever it is, whoever earns that number one spot, whoever's saying this is the guy that's going to smash him, whatever, I love that. Hype him up. He definitely deserves it. That's a big fight. Let's do it. But right now, we've got so many people that are just, there's like four of them that are just sort of at the same sort of level, at the same sort of contender. Like they're just one fight away. As I keep saying, they're one fight away. And these guys go out and fight each other. Again, Brian Ortega and Zombie, the winner out of that's clear number one. That's a big fight. There's already hype around it. You go out there, win in wild fashion. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's hyping you up. Everyone's saying, oh, yeah, he's going to do Alex, rah, rah, rah. Mate, bring it on. I love it. That's the fight. Let's do it. Let's book it in. But right now, there's a bit. And then you got, yeah, Rodriguez who's just there. You know what I mean? So there's like four of them that are just there. But and that's why, like, obviously, the Max Holloway fight was getting talked about, a rematch. I believe that, I won pretty convincingly. I think I won all 5 rounds, and most people think that, and I think that's what's going to happen again. Or, I'm planning on finishing it if that fight happens again. I got to feel him out for 5 rounds. Now I've worked him out. I've got the feel. I'm going to take more risks. I'm going to go for the finish. I know I can get it done. So, but again, I think that he was a great champion. He was a champion for a long time, and he does deserve a rematch. And for the fact that there's no number one contender anyway, he definitely deserves that. So I'm again whoever's next in line, whoever's the biggest fight for me. I think right now the biggest fight for me would be Max, purely because there's no one else. And again, he's obviously he was a champ for so many years. I'm sure people think he can get the rematch and take me out. I hope I'm underdog again. I love being underdog. I love proving people wrong, and I love proving my supporters right and making them money when they bet on me. So whatever it is, man, we'll see who it is. But obviously, they were looking for Max in Perth. But, mate, we're just in a position where no one knows what's going on.